Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Lotus Life podcast. My name is Kim Fisher. I'm so honored you are here again with me. This week, I have an incredibly amazing life event to share with you. I had to make a post-it note for the first time ever for this podcast to keep myself on track because I feel like this is going to be a part one of part three, possibly for this topic because it's huge. And I'll get to what the big life event is in just a second. Some of you already know it's out there on social media. I've talked about it with my friends and family, but as far as just larger audience, I have not announced too much yet. I want to focus through the angle of taking action. I know that all of you listening love this topic, and I absolutely fucking love it too. It's incredible. It has changed my life, and it has gotten me to the point where I was able to just recently take action on something huge and unexpected. Expected slash unexpected. But I want to talk to you about, of course, what the event is, but the wheels that I put in motion years ago and the wheels that I continue to put in motion and the mapping of, meaning the strategy of around my goals and my dreams and my visions over the last 6 months. The last 6 months of my life have been incredible and like exponentially fast forwarded into amazingness, and all because of action taking. Taking action means you're not just conceptualizing, you're not just thinking about what you want to do with your life. You're actually moving your body in a way that matches the frequency of that which you want to go after, your dreams, your goals, your visions. I'll give you an example. So it's, if I wanted to say open up an ice cream stand, it's one thing to think about it and to visualize it, which by the way, that's incredibly important. It's incredibly important that you think of and you visualize with great detail and with faith, complete faith in your dreams. But that's not where it stops. Things will not be manifested quick enough or in the right way if you just leave it up to your imagination. You have to do one more step, and that is follow through with actually writing it down. The action that has transformed my life over the last 6 months has literally been that, you guys. It's as simple as that, and it's as profound as that. Write it down. I have a journal and I have a yearly planner. I have really pretty colored markers and I go to town on both. So every morning I get up and I visualize what I want for myself personally and what I want for myself financially, what I see for myself, what I desire for myself in terms of entrepreneurship and my businesses. I visualize them with great detail and I feel the emotion behind what I'm dreaming about. That's also very, very important, is that you learn to allow yourself to feel the emotions of your dreams and your goal, your highest yes, right now, as if they're already happening. So when you think into the future and you see yourself doing that amazing thing, like opening up the ice cream stand or whatever it is, you not only want to see the vision, but you want to feel the vision energetically in the body. And that's part of the embodiment piece. Why are emotions important? They help you to figure out, to decode your highest yes, your frequency of yes. So I could think all day long about the things I like, but when they actually arrive in life, like manifested in front of me, why is it that I get confused sometimes? Why is it that I see what I want and I sometimes will be like, Should I go for it? I question it. Or I call up all my friends, or I do like the very Libra thing to do, which is like ask everyone in the universe about what should I do, and like weigh all the scales, so to speak, and then make a decision. And even afterwards, I don't even feel good about it. Like that was the old Kim. And I know some of you listening recognize yourself in that as well. Like, you know, in your mind what you want. But when it's right in front of you, we waver. We don't take action. We lack the confidence to just do it. So it's important that you practice your emotional frequency, your vibrational, energetic frequency of what you want now. Because when it actually does arrive, you don't want to miss the boat. You don't want to miss out on that opportunity to say yes and grab it and claim it for yourself. You don't want to be wishy-washy. You don't want to second guess yourself. You want to just boom, grab it because the universe said, hey, you asked for this, right? Is this the right size? Is this the right flavor? Is this the right? Is this what you wanted? Like, this is what you ordered according to your journaling and your vision boards and all of these things. Like, here it is. Why aren't you reaching out and grabbing it? I don't get it, right? The universe is totally confused when we don't reach out and grab and own and claim what is a gift to us in the moment. So many times we let our dreams pass by. So this is a podcast to wake you up, to give you some tools and skills so that before your goals actually manifest, because it's a big thing when it happens, before they actually manifest, we want to practice manifesting them now. So we get used to the frequency of that yes. We get used to holding space for that holy shit. Yeah, that's the coolest feeling ever. Holy shit, that's happening. Yes, oh my God, these emotions are intense. And then we think about all the people we're affecting as a result of us stepping into and claiming our power and doing an aligned life that's aligned with our highest yes. We think about all the people we're affecting, and holy shit, what do they say to us? Like, if you close your eyes and think, what do they say to us? What would they say to me when they step into my business, or when they read my book that I finally wrote, or when they cook my recipes that I made into my e-cookbook? And like, what are the comments? They're like, thank God you're here. And then when you compound your emotional response with the emotional response of others, it's this flooding of the nervous system of love and joy. It's a flooding of the nervous system that, yes, the affirmation is there. I need to do this because the feeling is there. The feeling is the reason I do it. The feeling is the reason we do anything, okay? The feeling is good enough. The rest, the details, will fall into place. So action requires that you practice. Success requires that you practice the emotional state of success now, the emotional state of your goals and dreams realized right now, so that when they do show up, you know and you recognize right away, boom, okay, yep, that's for me, thank you, I'll select that, and I'm moving onward. This builds confidence. So this is a huge piece, and this is going to lead into my story of what I just did with my life. And ultimately what's happening for you as well, because this is a step into community again in the most intense and intimate way. So this is also what's heads up for you, though, that are in the Syracuse area and surrounding area. This is something that you'll be able to take advantage of too. But yeah, being confident as a result of practicing taking action every single day in small, low resistance ways. And I have another podcast on taking action. Please go back and listen to that again, because it will give you a lot of insight into what I'm referring to when I say low resistance wins, low resistance action that you can do every single day. Because most of us take this huge goal And we think that when we hit that huge goal, that's the only moment of success. And that is a moment of success, but it's not the only moment. And the reason why that's important to understand and break down is that because one, you're not ready right now to hold all the emotional energy and space that goal requires, because it's fucking huge. So we need to practice now, small, while it hasn't really happened in the way that we imagined. We need to practice now in our mind and with our imagination and with our goal setting and our planning, and practice the frequency and holding the space of that sacred and highest yes now to get us ready, to get us prepped. Okay, it's strengthening the muscle, just like you go to the gym, you get ready. You want to enter into weightlifting competition, you just don't go and lift that weight up, you're going to hurt yourself. Same thing goes for energetic states. We don't just leap into these massive states of action. We'll hurt ourselves. Or we'll fail, and then we'll go, see, I told you so, you're a failure, and then we never try again. Or we play small again. So we don't want that to happen, right? No, we definitely don't. So we want to do small, manageable steps, small things every day that move the needle towards your huge life goals. And then you don't wait to celebrate at that huge life goal. You celebrate now for the one or the two small things that you did today. You feel it, you celebrate. You remember those that you're affecting positively with that action, and it floods your body with love, floods your mind with love. And that builds momentum, and that builds confidence that, yeah, I can do this. I can do it, I can take action, and at the same time, I can energetically hold space for all of this incredible yes in my life, right? And we're getting bigger, we're getting more skillful, we're accumulating more, and we're moving faster and faster, and things just start to spin, and we're taking up more and more space, and more people are turning their head and looking, and more energy is pouring your way, and more yes is coming in. And then the bigger things start happening, and then your goals are getting even bigger, your plans are even bigger. You're looking back now, oh my God. So what happened for me was I wrote down in my journal, okay, let me get to my goal here. And I want to tell you what has happened and then talk a little bit more about how I got there. So I knew, as a result of this pandemic and as a result of being online more and as a result of setting up Kingfisher Yoga and all the things I've been doing online, including the new inner circle, that's the direction I want to go and keep going, creating this incredible wellness space online for like-minded people to come together and just have the best fucking life ever. Use spiritual management tools, accountability, etc., to move that needle every single day, based on principles of embodiment, love, taking action, etc. That's all happening. But I also knew deep down that at some point I wanted to reopen up my old studio, Lotus Life Yoga Center. I thought it was going to be up here in Oswego. I even thought about out of state at one point. You know, just letting my mind go everywhere in all directions. And then I didn't really want the studio again because I figured, you know, it's just not time, or maybe that's not part of my business strategy, and I didn't need to be in a physical location. Being solely online was for me. But something kept telling me, no, you can't just be online. You need to also be in person, because that, Kim, is where you're the best. You are great in person. Holding space, creating space, and moving people through an experience is my gift. It happens to be on the yoga mat, where I enjoy doing that gift, where I enjoy practicing that gift the most. So I let that sit for a little bit, okay? And then, like, 2 months ago, I'm listening to one of my 3 guardian angels. If you don't know, I've got 3 guardian angels. They're all online, and I met them over the last 6 months. They are Tori Washington, Natalia Benson, and Sophia Tom. These 3 women all give me something very unique and different, but I just want to focus on one for now because she's the most important to this story. She put on her Instagram story not too long ago, Tori Washington did, she she said, everyone's wanting to ask. She's very religious, but she mentions, I'm always thinking to myself, hey, God, what can you do for me? God, help me. And then she got really quiet for a couple weeks and really didn't have a lot to say on social media, but she popped back in finally to say, like, hey, I'm done being quiet, because I finally flipped that conversation around and I asked God, hey, what can I do for you to pave the path for you to show up more in this life? And then she encouraged all of her listeners to ask that question. So, well, what the hell? Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. That's an interesting concept. I am always asking of the universe, but what would it be like for me to turn and serve Spirit herself, universe itself, and ask it, what can I do for you? So I got really quiet. I was standing in my kitchen, really quiet, breathing deeply, eyes closed. I asked that question, what can I do for you to pave the way for you? And immediately my mind started producing words, and then I would push it and, push it down and get quiet. And then a couple of the words popped up, and they were all pretty, like, I don't know. I felt like it was my mind searching for spiritual words from God. Do you know what I mean? I could tell they were BS. They were like surface friction of the mind. So then I was like, all right, no, that's not it. I'll know it. I know it. I know I'll know it when it hits me. And it may not be right now, and that's okay. I planted the seed of this question. So I gave it a couple more minutes. And then, you guys, all of a sudden, there was two phrases that came to mind. Two phrases that pierced into my heart and actually startled me to some degree. And the first one was, stop hurting. A voice said, Spirit said, stop hurting. And the second phrase said, circle back. To stop hurting, circle back. I had zero idea what the hell those two things meant. That's how I knew it was real. I knew all the other, like, surface tension and surface friction and, like, the words that were coming up in the initial question asking. Those all made sense. But when I got a little more quiet and I had those pop through and I had no idea what the hell it meant, I said, okay, that's something. That's interesting. I'm going to hold on to those and see what comes up and see if I can get some answers. So about a month goes by, and I start to think I have a clue of what stop hurting means, because I have been noticing that as my online business has been growing, as I've been taking more action, getting more confident, and my dreams have been getting bigger and bigger and bigger as to what I want to take on in this world, I started to feel resistance towards my current job, where I was working as a UX designer. I love my job, absolutely love the company, but I was feeling torn in this huge way. Like, it used to be possible for me to do both elegantly and with grace and do it really well. All of a sudden, it was like painful for me to go to work and sit at my desk. Well, not even go to work, sit at my desk and log in and do this other work. All I wanted to do was yoga stuff and talk to you and do podcasts and make all these courses and events. And I was feeling so much incredible energy and flow. I was like, I gotta do this full fucking time or I'm gonna die. I'm not joking. It felt like my gut was being twisted and torn. I had tension in my heart, like around the pericardium and in my lungs, like an anxiety, but almost like heartbreak too, in a way. So stop hurting. I figured that might have something to do with it. So that's okay. I kept doing my job and feeling the pain, feeling the burn, because sometimes that's part of the journey, right? And then now 3 weeks ago, you guys, I'm sitting at my dining room table and I'm having a hellish day again. And I'm really tired of this battle between two jobs, and I'm getting really burnt out because I'm getting up at 5 every day and working on yoga stuff before I log in and do UX stuff. And 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 on top of that, working out and maintaining a relationship, retaining friendships, all of these things, like just a lot, just a lot. Doing the work to hold the space for it is also a lot of work. Okay, so it's like just a lot going on. And I was tired, but you know what? I knew a trick. I knew something I could do, and I knew how to directly talk to the universe. And I did this once before when I first had Lotus Life Yoga Center back in 2012. I opened in 2011, but in 2012, I was experiencing incredible burnout as a yoga studio owner and was like at my wit's end, extreme melancholy, and just like needed help. And at that point, I literally on my drive-in said out loud in my car, I need help. I need help. Please help me. I don't know what to do. I can't do this on my own. And help was sent to me later that afternoon, literally inside of a yoga class. I had a very popular teacher show up. That's a story for another time, but she gave me incredible advice, sage advice that dramatically changed the course of my business and saved me. So I tried it again. I threw my arms into the air. This is 3 weeks ago. I'm at my dining room table, like completely at my wit's end. Like, what the hell am I going to do in my life? What's happening? You know, I'm doing all of these practices. I'm doing all of my morning rituals. I'm doing yoga. I'm doing meditation. I am aligning my mind with the highest yes daily. And it's still uncomfortable. So I want that to sink in right there too, that it's like this churning, this chalana is really deeply rooted inside of the body sometimes. And in the work that's required, it's painful. And so you have to make space for these painful, uncomfortable moments consistently sometimes. So I threw my arms in the air and I just said, I need help. I need help. You know what I need. Give it to me in fast and easiest way. Give it to me in a way that when it happens, I will recognize it as you giving me a gift, and this is the next sign. Show me that I'm on the right path, that I'm doing the right things, that everything's going to be okay, that you've got me. I need a sign. I literally laid my head down on the dining room table, closed my eyes, like a toddler waiting for milk and cookies or something, I don't know, at school. It's just like really defeated, really defeated. But I had asked for help from that sincere place again of complete faith that I would be held and my needs would be taken care of. That afternoon, like 2 hours later, a friend of mine texted to say, hey, so sad to see, but did you know that your old location for your yoga studio for Lotus Life is for rent? He was sad to see the giant Ganesha statue just sitting there like without a home, and wanted to know if I would get it or if he wanted. You know, he was all about the Ganesha just sitting there completely sad, and I felt sad too for that. By the way, Ganesha has a home. The former studio owner took it with her. But I was like, what? Excuse me, what? This studio's open again? The space is open again? I said, oh my God. I said, wow, that's interesting. Okay, thank you. And I immediately, without hesitation, knew what to do. That was my sign. That was my sign. I immediately got on the phone with my old landlord, spoke with him. He's like, holy crap. I just heard from a couple other people that your name was, you know, like you should get a hold of Kim. You should go, which is crazy because I haven't told anyone I was thinking about possibly opening up a studio at some point. Then next morning, I was down there with Brandon. We were walking through the space again just to make sure the energy right, and it was. That next day, I was applying for financing. I got it. And within 2 days, I think it was after that, I was getting my lease notarized at a bank and then meeting him later that afternoon to sign the lease and get my key. It literally all went down in 1 week. So the news is, if you haven't caught on, I am reopening Lotus Life Yoga Center, my former studio, your former community space if you're from this area. It's back in the same location as before. And I can't even, I'm still processing the excitement and still processing the joy and the wow, the shock of it. But I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous at all. I have given my 3-week notice at my current employer. My last day is there on the 17th. Yeah. I'm kind of at a loss for words sometimes because I want to elaborate. My mind tells me I should have words about this moment, but I got to be honest with you guys. I'm sitting in this throne of confidence. And I know it's because of my practice of taking action, my embodiment practice, my radical rituals that I was telling you about, moving on a small, digestible, easy resistance level every day, building confidence through those visualizations, building confidence and celebrating the victories that take place every single day, got me to a point where I was knowing and living my highest yes, to the point where things were showing up without me even asking for them. Like, I didn't specifically throw my arms into the air and ask, hey, God, could you go ahead and give me a yoga studio again? Hey, actually, if I could put one more, could it be in the same spot as before? Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Okay, cool. Just wanted to double check. No, I had no idea. All I said was, show me a sign. Show me a sign. And when it happens, I will know. Let me know that's it. Like, give me that frequency. Let it be in the frequency of my highest yes, because that's what I've been practicing. That's the code. That's the language, the unverbal language, the pre-verbal language of my body, of my heart, of my soul that I've been practicing. So hello, give it to me in that language, please. And she fucking delivered. She fucking delivered. And I knew it right away, not in my mind, here, in my body, in my heart, and in my gut. It was a big, resounding gong, like yes, throughout my entire body, that this is what I need to do. No questions asked. Okay, here we go. And now I feel that opening the studio has little to do with me, because I asked the question, what can I do for you? How can I pave the way for you, spirits? How can I pave the way for you, goddess? So that you're here in our lives now more than ever, because we need you. We need you to show up. So I am a vehicle. I am this doorway right now for spirit to show up in the greatest, most loving way. And I said yes, just like I said yes before. I'm saying yes, and it's manifesting now in the physical world in such a huge way. But the work's not done, okay? I every morning still get up and I keep doing the practice of visualizing, holding the energetic feeling for what it's going to be like, what I want it to be like, what I desire to have when I had this incredible online yoga space with all of you and this podcast, as well as a physical space where we can gather and see each other and be as one mind and body in the physical space of Lotus Life. What is that going to feel like? What is that going to be like? How are people going to be affected? You see, now it's just me adding another piece to that puzzle that I didn't know was supposed to be there. Be brave. Practice your confidence now. Don't wait. Practice holding space for the energy of what you think it's going to feel like to accomplish your goals. Practice it right now. Practice feeling your highest yes. Get really comfortable with her. And also practice saying no. No, as Sophia Tom says, what the sword of discernment feels like in your body. Understand what no feels like, to understand what yes feels like. Get to know them very well. Now, one is not better than the other. These are just states that hold us constant so that we can move forward in the direction of our dharma, of our path. We need to know yes, and we need to know no. Get comfortable with both of them. Get comfortable with both of them. You'll build your confidence and you'll build your discernment, which those two things right there, confidence and discernment, are the keys to the kingdom, to unlocking joyful moments and grabbing it when it's right in front of you and continuing your progress in this one short, amazing life that you have. All right, there you have it. I'll come back again, absolutely, with more details about taking action and a little bit more methodology for you on how to do it yourself and how to start to take action more in your life, because this is so huge. And as you can see, yeah, it's working for me. So it's absolutely will work for you if you're not already experiencing it. So go buy yourself a journal, go buy yourself a day planner, start writing down what your goals and dreams are, and break it down into daily tasks. What's the one small thing you can do right now, today, to move the needle toward your goal? And then feel the emotional state around that task. Let it light you up. Think of other people that you're going to affect as a result. Let that light you up and see them smiling and beaming as a result. Okay. And then do that one thing, come hell or high water, and then celebrate it. Pat yourself on the back. Go buy yourself a new pair of shoes or whatever. Go to the gym and work out. Go do some yoga. Whatever is your way of celebrating that you did it. You did it. And that's going to build momentum. That's going to build you fortitude and strength and confidence. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for listening to this story. I love you, and talk to you next time.